Welcome in to the USL PRO Weekend Preview. My name's Nicholas Murray, very pleased to be joined by David Wagner as we take a look ahead to three key matchups on this Labor Day weekend. Starting off on Friday night as the Charlotte Eagles host the Pittsburgh Riverhounds at the Queen's Sports Complex. Now, the Eagles and Riverhounds basically are in a de facto playoff game right now. Charlotte going into the weekend tied for 8th place, Pittsburgh a point back of them, but Pittsburgh on a great run of form with 7 wins in its last 10 games, and Charlotte coming in after a great win against Orlando City last week. What do you think the key to this matchup is going to be?
I think for Pittsburgh, I think you just mentioned it before, they came out and they've been more consistent as of late. They've been playing well, and they've reversed a lot of things that they didn't do well during the beginning of the season. They're playing better defensively, they're connecting on offense, so for them they have to come in and carry that over. Charlotte, they've been slightly better at home this season than they've been on the road, so they're going to have to continue that form at home also.
Certainly should be a really good game. Moving on to Saturday night, we head to the Skyline Sports Complex as the Harrisburg City Islanders host the Rochester Rhinos in the completion of a home-and-home series. Now, they played to a 2-2 draw last week, but everything seems to be tilted in the City Islanders' favour in this rematch. They've been excellent at home, 8-game undefeated streak, 3-game winning streak at Skyline, and each of the 4 times Rochester's come to Harrisburg in USL PRO, they've lost over the previous 3 seasons. How do the Rhinos turn this around and jump past the City Islanders in the standings?
Yeah, I think they're going to have to take advantage of their opportunities. You go back to the game last weekend, Rochester was a man up. They weren't able to convert and walk away with 3 points last weekend. So for them, when Harrisburg presents some chances, and there will be chances in the game, they're going to have to finish. And we've said it all year, the key for Rochester in making the playoffs and winning matches is their offense clicking. When they haven't succeeded, that's been the problem. So for them, again, end of the year here, time for the guys to step up and score some goals for Rochester.
Well, moving on to Monday night, we head out to the West Coast in what should be a really entertaining game between the LA Galaxy 2 and the Richmond Kickers. Now, Richmond faces Orange County on Saturday night, so they can certainly build themselves back up after falling to Orlando City last weekend. But should they slip up, the Galaxy could be in a position to jump past them and put pressure on them as they're now in 3rd place behind Sacramento after Republic FC's win on Wednesday night. Now, I know there's a lot of exciting players that are set to feature in this game. Which ones do you have your eye on?
I'm going to give you one for each team. For LA, I'm going to go with Charlie Rugg. Came out, scored his 8th goal of the season last night. He's been playing very well. You know, with this LA team this season, there's been some guys that have moved back and forth between the first teams, but there have been some constants. Charlie's been one of those guys, so I'm going to look for him to keep scoring. On the other side, I'm going to go with Richmond. You have George Davis IV coming back to the West Coast. He's been playing so well as of late. Even in the loss that they had this weekend to Orlando, I thought he had a really good match, and he's had some great goals and matches leading up to that as well. So George Davis for me for Richmond.
Well, we hope you'll join us for all of the action this weekend as we enter the penultimate weekend of the season. Join us on YouTube and also on social media at USL PRO on Twitter, and follow us on Facebook, Google+, and Instagram to stay up to date with all of the news from around the league as some playoff places could get decided. We hope you'll join us again on Tuesday. We're taking Monday off for the Labor Day weekend, and we take a look back on all of the weekend's action and get set for the final weekend of the season. Until then, for David, my name's Nicholas. Thanks for joining us.